Envy finally getting a win in the postseason. Step 1 complete, beat Liquid. Step 2, beat Cloud9. Yes, it's more difficult, but obviously, yes, it is more difficult. But when your series looked this good, I would say Envy's chances look a lot better than we thought coming into today. Envy seems like they've been practicing hard, and they're ready to go.
Lod predicts 3-0. Lod delivers a 3-0 for the fans, and they did look progressively better as the series went on. Talked about, shoring up some of the early game mistakes, less of a goal deficit. Third game, no goal deficit at all. Come firing right out of the gates.
Beautiful stuff as the high fives with the fans come through. And we will see Envy tomorrow. Liquid have a long postseason ahead of them. North American NALCS resumes in, I think, January next year, but there's nothing else for Liquid to play for. They are almost definitely going to find some new players on the roster. I don't imagine Arcsecond was the intended jungler for much of this, and they're going to have to find out what they want to do with the team, but they can find that out over the next few months. I'm sure we'll have lots of juicy postseason drama for them. So Hastro there.
We got to get through Worlds first,
of
man,
course.
for that.
There's a lot to go. There's more important drama there. As the Envy organization is like, all right.
The best kind of drama, international drama.
International drama, the best, absolutely.
Who's better, Freak, huh?
North America.
There you go.
North America, best region. You heard it here first.
I didn't even have to tell him who's better than what. Doesn't matter.
Then all is best. Is best is the phrase now. So yeah, hey, props to Envy. The 3-0 looking better and better and better, coming back from some pretty difficult early games as well. You had great individual performances. Honestly, Seraph continued to look great the whole time around. Someone that we were definitely looking at a lot at the beginning of the year. And we're like, yeah, Envy, Seraph, this big shot caller, new roster coming together, kind of at the last minute, but good players all around. We're ready to see him excel, and at least in this series he did.
Even the whole team, right? Team Envy was one of the new teams for the LCS.
Yeah.
They came out of the gate. They did have an easier schedule, like you said, but they had some success early on in the split, and things are going to get better for them, right? As the organization grows, as the team grows, they had those communication issues, working with multiple languages, bottom lane, worrying about, oh, are they talking smack about me in Korean right now?
Yeah, that was a concern a while back,
you have to get to the point, where you trust your teammates, at least on that level, that there's not some shady stuff going on. So, definitely improvements for them, and we'll see how they do in the next stage.
And we'll see if they can improve in time to knock down C9 tomorrow. But now, going to pass it off to Dom Romer, who's stage side with a post-game interview with Lod.
Thanks, guys. I am joined on stage by Lod after a swift and very convincing win, especially after that laning phase. How does that feel winning Game 3 that convincingly?
It felt pretty good. We were all kind of saying, like, we're a little bit tired. We don't want this set to go to Game 4, so we pulled out the one tricks. We pulled out the Morgana, the Hakuho special, and we did pretty well. We closed out the game pretty quickly. Felt good.
Yeah, it certainly did look pretty commanding over the course of it and very one-trick oriented. Now, you've had a few weeks to prepare, and of course, with the gauntlet, must have been a little bit tough. Tell me a little bit about your preparation leading up to this weekend.
Well, we had a lot of problems fixed as a team, but we just scrimmed hard in the past couple of weeks and tried to fix very specific problems. In our series versus C9, we were able to win the first game, and then we sort of tilted and just lost 3-0 after that. So we just need to have a better mentality going into games, and I think we've gotten better at that. So yeah.
Well, you are going to be playing Cloud9 tomorrow in a new best of 5. So far, you've played them a handful of times. You've only taken a single game off of them. What's it going to take to win this series?
A miracle. No.
I'm sure you've got it. You've got him standing behind you as your coach.
I'm just kidding. No, I mean, they're a really good team. They were able to take a game off TSM, who's probably the best team NA has ever had, and they brought a competitive series to the TSM in the finals. So they're a really, really tough team, and it's gonna be hard to beat them. But if we can play sort of how we did in the first game when we played them in our BO5, and we can just play more consistently and not fall behind early, then I think we can win. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. Lod, again, congratulations on the swift 3-0. Looking forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. But we're going to toss it to the analysts to break that series down.
Thank you very much, Dom, and congratulations to both Lod and the rest of Team Envy for moving on to tomorrow in 3-0 fashion. I mean, we heard him talking at the very beginning of the day that they wanted it to be a short series because they don't want to replicate what C9 had to go through last year if they are going to make this run. You don't want to have to play 14 games to get to Worlds. You want to make it as few as possible, you know, and save that energy for the future. So a 3-0 here, this game, the most convincing of the three. And I think that's the big thing, is that finally in Game 3, we see Team Envy get out to an early lead in contrast to the previous two.
Getting back into the groove of things. Obviously, they haven't played in a while, maybe a little bit of jitters, and not really knowing what the meta is going to bring, right? You probably have not played Liquid all the 2 weeks that you didn't play,
Right.
so it's understandable that the first couple of games will be rough.
Yeah, I definitely think, though, that Envy kind of played their own meta, the Cassidon top, right? And having the Kennen ban against them all the time. They're definitely a team that is hard to prepare for and hard to see what's coming in the set.
Morgana support here.
Exactly.
Taking
like,
total control of that bot lane.
Yeah, and I think that that was a big thing as well. You're talking about those early game advantages. Hakuho played this entire series really, really well. His 2 Braum games were very, very good. I think there's only one ultimate that was even close to not being awesome in that entire series. So big shout out to Hakuho for
Absolutely a nod to him. And then, as you mentioned, in that bot lane, the 2v2 having total control of it with the Morgana, it's nice to see that even in this meta of melee supports where they're taken back over, that someone can make a stab at something like Morgana in a ranged support and be effective.